Bama market is notorious for this. But now with this bill, where, Madam Speaker, we will register even carcasses, I think it will be upon now our law enforcement officers to see to it that any carcass that is transported to all those areas, name them, City Market, Bama, that no carcass is transported to those market areas without the proper registration and documentation, because that is where we miss it out, Madam Speaker. And that we are also registering carcasses, that encourages me that this is a very good bill, Madam Speaker. I'm a little worried though, because the provisions of this bill provide for registration of animals that are 6 months of age and above. Although there is a proviso somewhere near the end that the CECM will come up with ways of registering animals that are under 6 months of age. Madam Speaker, I think it would be better if you can be able to make an amendment that we get also an express way, that we do not leave it to the opinion of the CECM or member, Madam Speaker, because then the theft could shift from grown animals to animals that are under 6 months of age. And so I think Senator Cheralge will look at that and maybe see whether he can sponsor an amendment of the same bill so that we properly cover animals that will be under 6 months of age, Madam Speaker. Now, Madam Speaker, going forward to look at the punishment that is prescribed for those that steal stock, I'm very encouraged, Madam Speaker, because it is 20 years for anyone who steals an animal, and that is if they did not use violence while stealing this animal. That if they use violence, because that is where I was very much interested, what happens to people, because the media is awash with news items of people, of these bandits who go kill even women, Madam Speaker, and steal animals. And I'm very encouraged once again that such a person, once convicted, will be jailed for life, because that is what we need. We need to have sentences that can deter those that plan and execute these plans of stealing animals, especially where they steal using violence and sometimes even kill people. Madam Speaker, I did not get enough time to read this bill, the provisions of this bill, but then I think we should also embark on a very serious program of action as relating disarmament of people that have illegal firearms, Madam Speaker. Because as long as firearms continue being in the hands of people that are criminal in their minds, Madam Speaker, we will still get very many problems. And of course, you know that arresting somebody who is armed, in order for you to make them face the law, it becomes a very difficult task, Madam Speaker. And so I think generally talking about identification of animals, talking about controlled movement of animals, because again, people will want to say that I'm only moving these animals, they are my animals, I'm only moving them to a bucket, I'm only moving them for grazing to a particular place, but with marking, with control of the movement of animals, Madam Speaker, I think we shall be at a better place. And without me taking much more time, I think I support this bill, because even the sentences that Senator Cherargei proposes are punitive, not only punitive, but deterrent enough, because, Madam Speaker, every one of us would want to live in a country where if you are rearing animals, then you know that your animals are safe, that you know you as an owner is safe. Because as it is now, especially in some areas, Madam Speaker, both the animal and the owner are not safe. And the insecurity comes from ownership of these animals. And that is something that, of course, should not be happening in present-day Kenya, Madam Speaker. And with that and many other things, I support this particular bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Senator Dr. Oburu Oginga.